going on, everybody? This is Travis.
Hey!
That's Maxtan.
Hey!
And we are here to talk about Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga.
There was a lot of Mad Maxing up in that joint.
It was, and this movie does star Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, and it is directed by the great George Miller.
And you also have to remember that his wife edited the movie again. So
Damn.
That's important because so the thing that's great about this movie is that when you watch it, you have such an odd way of feeling it.
Yeah.
What they do is when they run it back on playback, they slow it down. They take out every other frame, and so you're getting the frame. You're getting every other frame. So instead of getting 1, 2, 3, 4, you're getting 1, 3, 5, and so it gives you a very frantic feeling. And so that's one of those tricks that they produced on their movie to make this a lot better.
They did a good job with that. I feel more than anything, this is a movie, even if you don't know nothing about Mad Max, you don't know nothing about Furiosa, you can easily get into this movie and be entertained with it. And that's something you can say about all the Mad Max movies, that they do a great job of that. They can be their own singular movie, but if you know the whole universe, it makes it even better.
And so you don't have to see the last one that just came out, but once you see this movie, you need to go see the next movie. So the one that just recently came out.
Yeah, and it's going to make everything good.
Yes.
I can honestly say George Miller is still great. He's still a great director. Chris Hemsworth is probably one of his better unhinged evil roles. This is better than Bad Time at the Bad Royale, because I thought he did an amazing job with that. Anya Taylor-Joy, I've always been a fan of hers, and I can definitely say in this movie, she does a great character actor in this movie. You see her progression, and she does an awesome job. What did you feel about it?
I mean, so this movie was a great idea. It was basically like 3 different movies, and if you see the editing and how the playback is, you can kind of decipher 2 of the movies, because one of the movies you have that frantic style, and then one of the other movie is much more smoother, a little bit more consistent, and makes it easier to watch with your eyes. But when the action comes, I'm telling you, the stunts, the things being blown up, all the craziness that came along with all the Mad Max series is still there, and it is glorious.
Yes, the story is really good. I liked how they built the character of Furiosa. You saw everything that she went through, from a child all the way up to the woman that she became. And more than anything, I really loved the world building in this one. It was better than the last world building in the last one, and I thought the last one had good world building.
So this one is, when you have a sequel or a prequel, you have to do something different. And so in the first one, and the one that we just the other one, what happened was they had a smaller world, so you kind of went from point A to point B, but you always stayed in that little area. When we watch this movie, it is humongous, this big grand space. Now, with that said, especially with the short amount of time that it took to film it, it's not going to be all practical effects. And so your world building is going to be massive, but also what's going to happen is you're going to have more CGI, which is going to take away a little bit of what you are used to. Hence why it would be better to watch this one and then watch the other one.
I agree with you on that, because there were moments in this movie where you're seeing all this random greatness, and then, hey, it's a CGI movie. And then you're just like, wait a minute, what? Okay, all right, we're back at it.
And then you go right back into the world. Oh, okay. Woo, bombs blowing up. Woo, fast cars. But if you want a lot of practical effects, go watch the other one. If you want a really long, well thought out, cool story, watch this one. Yeah, this is the movie. You will feel the feels.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna see moments in this movie where you're gonna be I don't like this character for this reason.
Yes.
And then when you watch the other movies, you're gonna be sitting here just like, he was portrayed very differently in this one. And all angles of a person. So hey, that's the best way I can sum up this movie. You see all angles of every person involved in this movie.
And they do a really good job of telling the story for Furiosa. So when you see the next movie, all the stuff that she's trying to go after makes so much more sense. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, now I understand why she's doing this. Now I know why she's so sad or so upset or so happy with all the stuff that happened. I did enjoy Chris Hemsworth's character's art because it really did a really, really good job of giving you what he is, going doing all the other stuff, and then telling you what he is, and actually showing you what he's trying to go through. Because he grows so much as a character, you actually start to feel for him. Now that doesn't mean that you are not happy with the ending, but the ending was deserved, but you can see how he got there. And so that makes such a great storytelling. On the Immortal Joel part, the character, the guy who did that was really, really good.
He definitely did a great job, especially since the actor who played him, Hugh Keys Rain, passed away. Rest in peace. He did a great job of taking up the mantle, and it still made you not a fan of Immortan Joe, but understand Immortan Joe.
It makes it, and you kind of see why he was in the position he was in the other movie.
Yes.
Things that we were not too happy about. Just the CGI, just a little weird, and there's a part where Furiosa at near the end of the movie, something happens, and you're like, that was a letdown. They did everything else to build her character up, but that was like,
It's one of those things like, they had the moment, you know what's gonna happen, you're gonna be just like, all right, so how did this happen? How did it officially happen? Then it was basically thrown like, oh, she tied her shoe.
Yeah.
It was basically like that. So you're just like, oh.
I mean, it's like, it's still cool, but it's like, that, and it was, at some points it could just feels a little long.
Yeah.
The cinematography
it's
of
2
the
hours
movie,
and 48 minutes.
It's like, it didn't feel that bad, but the cinematography of the whole entire movie, there's so many great camera tricks. There's one really good camera trick that we were talking about when they were in the war rig going to Bullet Town. And that was so cool. And there's many other ones. There's a few transition shots that were like,
a lot of good stuff.
Okay, that was kind of cool. So not only was it a great editor job, there was really good camera placement and camera production of what was going on. Score was fine. I appreciated the score. It gave us a little bit more oomph when we got to those very serious moments.
It did.
So
and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's not an A++, it's an A+ for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think since the last movie we had such a high level of production. Since we're missing that, you gotta bring it down just a smidgen.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But
not
probably
much.
one of the best movies of the year.
Oh yeah, it's in my top 5 right now.
I can't argue. If it's not, sir, we need to talk.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about this after.
Top 5
off camera if we need to. But yeah, A+, real talk, real fun. You need to go watch it.
It's worth it.
We watched it on IMAX. Best screen available. It is like just to see the facial expressions, to get when you get those close-ups, to see the actual their face.
It's a lot of good stuff in there. If you have 4DX, I'm pretty sure it's.
I need to come visit your house because I don't know where 4DX is.
It's in Charlotte for us. A 2-hour drive.
I mean, that's a long day.
Yeah.
One day, sir. One
day.
But yeah, go see it on the biggest screen available.
Yes.
Do not watch it on your phone. Please go find a movie theater and watch this movie.
Watch it don't wait till it hits streaming because it's not going to be the same.
At least do it once. Now, after that time, you want to go watch it on your TV.
Yeah, give us surround sound.
But yes, turn it up. Turn it up. Make sure your neighborhood can hear you.
Make your neighbor mad.
Don't do that though. Don't do that though.
Get kicked out.
We don't approve that.
It's worth it for Mad Max.
Max, not for me.
But hey, this is Travis.
This is Maxtan.
This is Candid at the Movies. Appreciate you checking out our video.
What's that saying? It was
oh, what a day! What a lovely day!